have zero desire to teach a man how to do anything at my age.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have you ever sat down in your room overthinking what if maybe you're just too needy, maybe you're too emotional or too sensitive, maybe you expect too much, but what if I told you you're not asking for too much? You're just asking the wrong person. So I put the stitches together so that you watch. I'll be back to share my true sense.
I have zero desire to teach a man how to do anything at my age. I am 35. If I'm dating someone, they are too in their 30s. So at this age, I'm not teaching anybody anything. And I was having dinner with my homegirl the other day and we were, talking about relationships and things like that. And she's basically like, Aisha, you have to, give men grace. And I was like, no, no. If I wanted to continue to teach anybody how to do anything, like and just constantly be the like I'm learning, or not even learning, but in my 20s, I was learning as men were learning. And I figured things out. So why is it now that I'm in my 30s and they are too in their 30s, they still haven't figured shit out. They haven't learned basic life skills or basic concepts of dating, basic courting. Like I refuse to deal with a man that makes me feel as if asking for bare minimum things is a lot, like makes me feel uncomfortable. If I mention something, like I'm also like a very giving person, right? And so when I'm dealing with someone, I'm not necessarily expecting people to be as giving in the beginning necessarily as I am, because that's just like how I show, like that's how I show, or my love language, or how I express that I like someone, right? And when I say giving, I don't mean monetarily or necessarily gift giving. Just like when I'm very considerate with how I do things, right? Like I'll go out my way a little bit. Like I'm just very caring in things like that. And like I'm going to make sure that you know. And when it comes to me, I consider people's time, and for me it's a lot about effort, right? And it's like if we're going to do something, right? And you know that my time is limited and you don't go out of your way to try and plan something or do something, then for me it's just like I'm okay. Like subpar attempts for me at this stage in my life, it's just like it's not worth me leaving the house just to say, "Oh, I'm dating," or "I have somebody." It's like going clubbing at this age, right? Like it has to be an event. Like I don't just go clubbing. Like it's not like when I'm in my 20s and it's like, "Oh, it's Saturday night. We're going to go outside. We're going to go do something." No, like I gotta get dressed. I gotta do my hair. I gotta do my makeup. I'm gonna be in shoes that's probably gonna be uncomfortable. Like, and if it's like, you know what I'm saying? You might have to get a sitter. It's just so many other things involved at this age. And if it's not going to be what I perceive to be a fun event, it's not worth me going. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. And I look at dating the same way. Like, no, I don't want to hang out. Like I need a plan. I need a plan, and I need to know what the plan is before I get dressed, and I need to know it like a solid amount of time in advance. We're adults, we have lives, we have schedules. No, you cannot call me day of and be like, "Hey, let's go do this." No, I'm an adult. I have kids. No, I cannot. And sometimes even if I'm not busy, no, I cannot, because you know I don't like that. So I'm not doing it. And it's really that simple. Yeah. But like people will make you feel like you're asking for a lot when you're really not.
You're not asking for too much, you're just asking the wrong people. Throughout my past relationships and friendships, I was always told that I was asking for too much or I was expecting too much. And when you have person after person telling you that you are expecting too much or there's something wrong with you for wanting certain things, it's easy to believe that and think, maybe I am overreacting, maybe I am expecting too much, maybe I am wrong for feeling the way that I do. But just because people tell you that doesn't mean that it's true. It's not that you're asking for too much. Those people just aren't ready or willing to give that to you. And that's not your fault. They just aren't meant for you. I mean, was me asking my ex-boyfriend to post me on Instagram a big ask? Like, is that a lot to ask from someone? If it is, then why has my boyfriend not had any issue posting me on Instagram? Was me wanting my friends to invite me to plans a lot to ask for? Like, is that a lot for friends to do? If it is, then why do my new friends never exclude me? You shouldn't have to lower your expectations or disregard your needs to maintain connections. People who are right for you and want to be part of your life and love you and care about you and your feelings are never going to invalidate those feelings. Next time someone tries to make you feel like you need to minimize yourself or what you want, ask yourself, do I need to change or does this relationship with this person need to change? You don't have to be less of who you are. There will be people who take you as you are and want even more. And if you're too much for people, they can go find less. Love you.
I just seen a post that made me stop in my tracks. She said, imagine walking into McDonald's and ordering steak and pasta, and they deny you. It's not because you're asking for too much. It's because you're asking in the wrong place. But we're not talking about McDonald's, sis. And
stop badgering and berating men to do things for you, like basic, like communicate and give a shit about you. The reality of the situation is that he can't afford you. I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually. He cannot afford you. The tools he was provided in his toolbox cannot build a house, bitch. You are asking for a level of 8. Okay? Not even 10. It's not ridiculous things you're asking for. And all he can give you is like a 4 or maybe a 5, okay? Even if you hound this man for the rest of his life, all you're gonna get is maybe a 6 if you're lucky. And it is okay to be high maintenance. It is okay to have standards. It's actually totally acceptable to require things of people that you're in a relationship with. But what's not okay is staying in a situation with somebody who clearly is incapable or doesn't want to try and making yourself continuously unhappy. Stop discounting yourself for somebody who is not even willing to put in the work to be able to afford you.
The inconsistency, the hot and cold energy, that is not a reflection of your worth. That's a reflection of where he is in his life. Just hear me out. That's a reflection of where he is spiritually and mentally. Someone who is healed, someone who values love and connection, they don't play games. They are not going to breadcrumb you. They are not going to give you half truths. Healed people are very selective about who they give their time and energy to because they know not everybody is worth it. So they're not going to play with you because they just don't have the mental or spiritual capacity to do so. They work too hard to become that healed version of themselves to play with anybody. Someone that is whole does not latch on to anything to feel filled because they are already filled. If anything, they're looking to build, not take. So if they being unclear, distant, disrespectful, that is not your lack. That's their poverty. Because when you have healed and you know that you've done the work on your end, you know that you are not lacking. You know that you are overflowing with softness, strength, and substance. So the next time someone treats you poorly, do not question your self-worth. Don't shrink yourself or do not chase. Because you are not poor. They are. Poor in self-awareness, poor in emotional maturity, and poor in their ability to see and receive what's real. You're rich. Rich in love, rich in value, rich in truth. So walk in that and never forget it.
You were never asking for too much. Let me say that shit again. You was never asking for too much. You was just asking the wrong fucking person. Never let somebody make you feel like you was asking for too fucking much. Because you never was, bro. I always say, I'm a firm believer in saying, right package, wrong address. Now, what do that mean? What do that mean, you might ask? It just means that you were always the right thing. You were always the right package. You always had the right materials in your box, you know what I'm saying, in your shipment. You just got sent to the wrong address, bro. So you were never asking for too much. You just need to go where somebody can give you what you need. You need to go where you're destined to be. Just people out here that'll give you the world. That'll give you, if you just want a couple of roses every week, you want your flowers. There's somebody out here that'll give you that. If you want somebody that's gonna pour into you and speak life into you, it's people out here that'll give you that. People out here that'll rub your back. It's people out here that'll take you on them trips. It's people out here that'll pay your bills. If you think somebody supposed to pay your bills, it could never be me. You know what I'm saying? It would never be somebody like me. So you would definitely be at the wrong address if you was thinking about fucking with me. But there's somebody out there that'll pay your motherfucking bills. You see what I'm saying? If that's what you want, you was always the right package, baby. You just got shipped to the wrong address, and you was never asking for too much. Everything you ask for, everything that you want, everything that you are, you one of one, baby. So it's never too much.
Now, I personally only date generous men or men that are inspired to take care of me because I naturally am a nurturer. I'm going to take care of you. Whatever I see you need, I'm going to do. If your dishes aren't organized, I am going to organize them. If I feel like you need something business-wise and I can help, I am going to, or I'm going to find a way to help you. I feel like if I am in your life, I'm going to add value. Intentionally, I'm going to pay attention to where you don't even have to ask. If you need something, I got you. So I am only dating people who feel the same way. If you are not inspired to take care of me or to make sure that my life is easier by being around me, baby, you don't have anything for me. I don't have anything for you.
That's a video, guys. I'm just here also to share my two cents, like what I think about today's video. You're not asking too much, you're just asking the wrong people. You're not wrong for wanting someone who checks on you. You're not dramatic for wanting a consistent communication. You're not clean for needing reassurance. These are basic emotional needs. You crave love, effort, honesty, peace, and presence. These are not luxuries. They're not just things you should be begging for. They're foundation of a healthy relationship. But when you ask the wrong person, they'll make you feel like you're asking for the world. The wrong person will act like it's a burden to love you properly. They'll give you the bare minimum and expect you to be grateful. They'll gaslight you into believe your standards are unrealistic, and slowly you start lowering the bar. You start accepting breadcrumbs and calling it a meal. You shrink your needs, your feelings, and your voice just to keep them from walking away. And that is not love. The right person won't need to be convinced to care. They won't need to be reminded to be present. The person will meet you where you are. They will hear your voice, not silence it. They'll see your need and say, that makes sense. They value you to relate. You won't have to beg for time or affection. It will come naturally because they want to give it to you. You will finally realize how heavy it is being carrying a relationship by yourself. Sometimes we stay in places where outgrown because we don't want to seem ungrateful, because we think love is about enduring even when you are hurting. But love is not supposed to hurt like that. It's not supposed to make you question your worth every day. And you're allowed to want more. You're allowed to leave when your soul is not being fed. You're allowed to say that this is not enough for me and walk away with your head high. The truth is, when you often internalize rejection from the wrong people as a reflection of our value, but an inability to love you the way you deserve has nothing to do with your worthy. You could be the most loving, loyal, soft hearted person in the world, but if you're giving all the energy to someone who's emotional and available, it will always feel like you're too much. You're not too much, you're just enough for the person who made for you. The person who sees you, all of you, and chooses you to stay. The person who listens, learns, and shows up. Don't waste your time trying to convince someone to treat you right. Love is a choice, and you shouldn't have to twist yourself into pieces just to be chosen. So, if you have been told you're asking for too much, I want to tell you that you're not. You're just asking someone who doesn't have the capacity to give you what you deserve. Stop asking, start choosing you. The right person won't make you feel like you're difficult to love. They will love you the way you are. So the other thing that I want to talk about is we should learn to love yourself as a lady. Okay, most of the time we always forget ourselves. We always want to nurture men. When are you going to nurture yourself? Because when we go into this dating, we're going to put more effort in this relationship more than a man. So for a relationship to work, all I know is that you two you need to do the working together. You should make effort. You should also make effort. It shouldn't be one sided because you're going to have a burnout. Okay, someone needs to want you like where you're welcome. The place feels home. if you're not welcome in that place, or maybe you're with someone, it'll feel like your gut feeling is going to tell you that this is not the right person, because you're not free to this person. You're not even, you can't even talk, like you can't, you're just having mixed feelings. Is this the right one? You're asking yourself, but your gut feeling is telling you, okay, this man is not the right man for you. Okay. And there's certain relationship where you're dating actually someone and you're even scared of your partner. Like literally you can do nothing because you know that this person is going to yell at me, you're going to do this. You can't even talk. Even if you want something just to express yourself, you can't, because it will end up on something else. Please don't be in such relationship. As a woman, you need your space, you need your peace, you need someone who give you protection, like safety, someone who can protect you and say you can tell me anything and I got you, baby. All these things. But if you're dating someone and you're already scared like they're going to be abusive to you, or you do something, you can't even say no in this relationship. Like, girl, please pack your bags and start going, because this is not a right relationship for you. A relationship needs to have good communication. Like, you sit down, you talk about things when you have this misunderstanding. And one thing I've observed also in this relationship is that some men don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to talk. So the only solution they find in this relationship, like, is to end the relationship. Mostly, I think I came across such type of a person where, when you have a serious issue at hand, you don't know how to stand up as a man and say, okay, let's talk about it, babe. The only thing he knows is to end the relationship and jump to another one. So I think at a certain point, I even reached out and say, you know what, you should learn how to solve issues. You don't just, in the next relationship, make sure you sit down and talk about things. If you see something is wrong, speak your mind, speak. Like, it's not a solution to move from one place to another without solving those issues, unless you've solved and you feel like, okay, I think it's too much. But if you've never talked about all these things, you're failing and you're just trying to dodge the situation, and it's not good. It's not. Yeah, so people should learn. Even a woman should learn to stand up for yourself and speak your mind. Like, speak. Men love talking, so I just talk my mind and forget about everything. I think it's crazy. Like, yeah, it's crazy. And please, if you're dating, please, this man, put yourself first, ladies. Don't just forget yourself, because I've seen some people, like, they even have depression. They go into depression. They go into severe depression because of someone, or because they've said no. They've not chosen you. If it's not choosing you, then you're not the one. Don't just hate yourself. Like, accept the situation. I know it will take time to heal, but you're going to find a better person, or rather than him. Someone who loves you can't just hurt you. I know a man who loves you won't see you in tears or don't want to make you feel bad. I think men, when they love you, with you, they become so obsessed with you. Okay, they want to know everything which is happening to you. They want to buy you things, like act of service, like want to give you things to make you happy. They just want you to see you smiling. Me, I think I've seen it too to my partner. He always do things to make me feel good, and I also do things like to make him feel good. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for watching.